Hi everybody, Dr. Daniel Yinh here at the Center for Musculoskeletal Function in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and today we're going to be talking about cervical disc herniations or herniations of your neck. So you might experience a lot of symptoms when you're having a cervical disc herniation, so we're going to break that down into what it is that you're actually experiencing. The first type of pain that you might be experiencing is pain from the disc itself. That's called discogenic pain. So the disc is what lives between the vertebrae, the 7 bony vertebrae that make up your neck. And that disc can herniate, particularly in the back. That's where it's most fragile. And that outer layer of the disc is innervated and sensitive. So when injury happens there, you'll have pain directly on there. And the pain is from signals going from the disc to the central nervous system, and that creates pain. That's called discogenic or somatic pain. The next type of pain that you might experience is called referred pain. So the area where that disc is herniated and injured is sending signals to the central nervous system, and if there's shared wiring there, then other areas that aren't actually injured can become painful above and below that region. So that's more of like a gnawing, aching, dull pain with nondescript borders. It's kind of hard to describe where it actually ends, and a lot of people can experience that into the skull, into the upper back and shoulder, and even a bit into the front here, and that's all just referred pain from that disc. The third type of pain is called radicular pain, and that's when the disc gets some inflammation around it, and as that inflammation pulls in that area, the nerve root that lives there can become irritated and painful itself. That's a chemical irritation, or the disc herniation is big enough that it's compressing that nerve root. And we get a very distinct pattern of pain that shoots down into the shoulder, elbow, wrist, hands, and fingers. So that's a very distinct type of pain, and that's usually in a very distinct pattern, and that's radicular pain. The final symptom you might experience is called radiculopathy, and radiculopathy is not necessarily a pain in and of itself. It's more of a numbness or tingling or even a weakness, and that's also going to be in that same pattern as that radicular pain, and sometimes they come together, they are seen together. And again, you're going to see that down the shoulder, down into the elbow, wrist, fingers, or hand. So that's called radiculopathy, and that's going to be numbness, weakness, or tingling. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of pain presentations and symptoms that you can experience, and they can be very alarming. So we have the discogenic pain from the disc itself, the referred pain, the radiculopathy, and the radicular pain. So when all these are there together, it can be very alarming again, and the key is not to panic, because the majority of these cases respond very well to conservative care, like the type of care that we provide here at this office. So the key is stay calm, find a provider, get the right diagnosis, get the right treatment, and the odds are in your favor because the majority of these cases do not require surgery. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video.